bad kitchen boy.
Y'all, so I'm in my garage, you know, I'm finna give y'all a cold start, and today we just pretty much finna talk about, you know, what it's like owning the 392 and what all comes with it. Give y'all this nice cold start. Uh-oh, it's about to be loud. Now, when I start my stuff up, I don't never just ride off. I like letting it, you know, get right, especially after it's been sitting the whole night. You get some people hop in the car and just drive straight off. The gauges ain't even turned yet, and you just roll down the street. So I like letting that oil get down through there and get right. But once I've had it going throughout the day, you know, I can get in and, you know, roll and everything. Look at my mileage. Look where I'm at. Still running strong, too. I just had a transmission flush. Stay up on that maintenance, it'll treat you good. Still running good. It sucks because I was literally about to go to the car wash, but now it's very cloudy and it's talking about a chance of possible rain in the next hour. But with how filthy my car is, I have to wash it no matter what. Like, that's how filthy it is right now. Like, if I bump up against it or anything, your clothes is done. Like, I can't go out like that. I don't care. I'll just make sure I keep that brag, that microfiber, if it do sprinkle a little bit. But yeah, so having a 392 in today's world, where the Hellcat is the baddest thing on the street, the 392, I'm sorry for my radar going off. The 392 does not get enough credit. It's always looked at as like, you know, if you got a scat, you know, it's nothing. Cat or better. And that's really what it's came to. And now it's to the point of people don't even like talking about regular Hellcats now. Now you have to have a red R or better, which is 797 horsepower. It's really mind-blowing. For example, if I'm rolling with 3 cats and we're on the highway, yes, they're gonna pull on me, but this 392 holds its own and it's fast enough to where I'm still gonna be pulling up right with y'all before you can count to 3. that little 392 right there with you now. So unless you just go a crazy stupid speed to try to, you know, leave me, I don't care if you in the cat. And I'm just being real. Like, it's been times that I've got loose on cats because of the driver. And I'm not talking about like beating them, but I'm talking about like moving around. I'm getting down through there in Mexico, and I actually drive. I know how to drive this mother, so I know how to get every last little bit of 485 out this car and be gone. And I will not let off that pedal. So I'm here just about to pay for my car wash. Just go ahead and get that done. Just go through the touchless wash. A lot of people ask me what I do. Touchless wash. Sometimes I get out and do it myself. It just depends on how I'm feeling. And this, luckily, this place by my house is only $5.
Please present your card or your mobile phone.
Got her all cleaned up and washed. Purple Rain. See that 392? It hold weight, but it's just like when people see that cat, it just go a little more crazy. And I'm gonna put the Hellcat I test drove in this video. I'm gonna insert the clips from when I test drove it. Just a couple of small clips. see that purple. Looking good. Ooh, it was mandatory, and it still might, come down, but I got my microfiber with me, so I can wipe it back down tonight if I have to. Of course, if you haven't known by now, I got the matte black hood on it, match my roof. The roof comes like that factory on the Daytona 392. I'm gonna be real with y'all. The way I drive my 392 and the way I can handle my car, I got mixed emotions about a Hellcat because I can do the same thing in my 392 that people do in a Cat. The only thing different is just that I'd have a whine, a little more problems, and be able to go a little bit faster top end. Like when I drove the Cat, it wasn't the power that surprised me. Mine's 485 stock. I have a cold air intake on it, but the Cat is 717. It was a 2020 that I drove, wide body. It was not the power. For me, it was the acceleration. Now, acceleration wise, that Cat go crazy. Cat definitely go crazy. But it's that acceleration, how fast it can go these certain speeds. It ain't so much the power. After you get over 500 horsepower, everything is fast. But the way that Hellcat speeds up, like for example, look, now we got raindrops coming on the window right now, that quick. Like I was rolling with my friends that got Hellcats. And they drive with the traction off. So imagine when they go full throttle from a red light, they're spinning. Me with my little 485 horsepower, as soon as I seen them spinning, I go full throttle to the ground. Cause my car is skirted a little bit, but it's not gonna sit there spinning when I have the traction off. It's gonna, wiggle a little bit and go, especially with good tires on the Scat. So I had to put my foot down to the floor. And I tell you this, yes, the Hellcat spins, all this and that, but once the Hellcat stops spinning, that thing is about to walk away. So if you don't have the same horsepower as a Cat, you're getting left. I'm talking about left. They gonna spin a little bit. The second that they catch traction, it's like a rocket or a missile. And I'm not over exaggerating. Like I'm somebody that I really know how to drive my car, and I don't baby it. And if I roll with some people, they drive their car accordingly too. So this is coming from a point of view of a person that's seen how a Hellcat gets down. I'm not talking about just a simple road race or hitting it on the highway back and forth. No, I'm talking about really driving it like you stole it type of stuff. That Cat different. It really is. But let's be honest, the 392 is definitely the best bang for your buck. You're gonna get very good horsepower. You're gonna get that classic Dodge muscle car experience. Still be able to go fast, be able to go 170 plus if you want to, because I believe these max out around 177, and then it doesn't have no more to give, around 177. A Cat, you're gonna be able to go 185 to 190 range. With a couple minor mods, you can make that Cat go over 200 easy. But how many times are you going to be going that fast? Where if you just spend 35, 45 bands, get you a nice little used Scat. Because if you buy a new Scat, you might as well buy a used Hellcat. I'm serious. The prices of these new Scats are Hellcat prices. You might not get the wide body, but you can definitely be in a 16 to 19 Hellcat, Challenger or Charger, with very good mileage. But you just wouldn't have your wide body. That's all. That's the only difference. And it's crazy, the wide body stats, if you debadge that mug and you roll up on one, you will think it's a Hellcat. For sure. Hands down. They look like Hellcats. But it's just something about this era that you gotta have that cat. I mean, I go back and forth all the time, me personally. It's just, oh my God. I already deal with having to worry about getting my car stolen 24/7 with a 392. It's like, do I want to pay that much more money to go through the problems even more? But I will say, when I get my next vehicle, whether it's a Hellcat, CTSV, Z06 Vet, I thought about the GT500. No matter what it is, it's not going to be my daily. So I'm not even going to be tripping off my car getting stolen. And if it did, oh well. I'm to the point I don't even care no more. I really don't. I really don't. But what my big thing is just like, if I'm in my car and stuff like that. But if it's out somewhere, get it. You can take it. Do what you want. I don't care. I really don't. Because I don't have time to be thinking and doing all this. No. If you're going to take it, take it. It is what it is. Just deal with all that other stuff later. I don't be caring. The only thing is just the inconvenience with if you got to get your windows fixed or something. Like, I move a certain way to where I don't even trip, but at the same time, it's always somebody watching. So honestly, for me, it wouldn't be no difference with me owning the cat. I already deal with the same problems with a 392 every day. Like, this is my daily car. Like, ain't no under bucket, ain't no low key. So I know how to move. I know what comes with it. I know all that. So me personally, it wouldn't even be no problem. Plus, me having the cat, it's just gonna be put up, and I'm not gonna be in it unless I want to be in it just for fun. That's what it's gonna come to. If I get a Hellcat, because out of the options I named, a Hellcat is the cheapest, which is crazy. But you're gonna go through the most problems with a Hellcat too. So it's a give or take. It's a give or take. It's no big deal. That's just what it is. If I go Hellcat, I'm gonna just move way better than I already do. Because right now my 392 gets driven every day, so I'm not hard to spot. I have a very bright colored purple Charger, very distinct color, with decals on it. So if somebody see my car, they know it's me. It is what it is. I'm gonna continue to live my life how I want to live my life, and I stay close to God. So a lot of problems I don't even worry about. Am I prepared for certain stuff? Absolutely. You'd be a fool to have one of these cars and not be prepared. You just asking for it. Even my grandma, she got a Chrysler 300 Hemi C, and hers is an older model. She got like a 2010 Chrysler 300C, and I tell her, like, Grandma, it's Hemi. Still be careful though. It's just a Hemi, but don't think that somebody ain't gonna try something. Because these fools out here crazy. They do anything over, even if it's a $200 come up, they don't care. So just move accordingly. So I definitely recommend people to at least experience one Mopar. I don't care if it's a Challenger, Charger, Jeep. I would recommend you to experience this raw muscle car at least once. And if you can, have it as a backup or put up all the time, and you'll be fine. Like, if you can be fine with just driving these vehicles on weekends, or specifically to go to car meets or to have fun, go to your family's house, and stuff like that, you can have a peace of mind and you can enjoy this car. But in the meantime, You never know. Somebody can still try to box you in while you're driving that mug, put a tracker on your car. Like, it gets crazy. You just have to always know that. You know, it's a lot of things that people with a C8 Vet or a GT500 Mustang, certain problems they don't even have to go through. Like, will you get attention? Absolutely, you'll still get attention in those cars. But it's just something about if you got a cat or scat, like, these people are literally trying to come take that mug so they can part it out, or they can keep it as a striker to get more cars like that. Anything. It's just different. But at this point, if you choose to get something other than the Hellcat, they're still in everything. They are still in everything that's nice and fast. So the SS Camaros get stolen, the ZL1s get stolen, the ZL6s get stolen, the CTSVs get stolen, Trackhawks stolen, everything that you would want in these top, you know, caliber vehicles, they're all getting stolen right now. So pretty much it's like you might as well get the hottest thing on the street if everything is gonna get stolen anyway, and just move the right way. I'm taking y'all through these old apartments I used to live in. It's funny, I lived at these apartments for 3 years with no issues, right? And even back in 2020, when I bought my Scat Challenger Shaker, like, people wasn't even stealing them like that then. Like, you heard cases of people getting robbed for them at gunpoint, but people weren't just riding around with devices to steal them like that. If it was only literally a handful of people that was stealing them like that. Like, you know, they were well before their time if they was stealing them in 2020 or any time before that. So I stayed over here 3 years with no issues with any of my cars, up until a little over a year ago. And that's when the thieves tried to come, you know, steal my vehicle. And I can put that video in this clip as well, when they tried to steal it. So first they came and cased it out, then they came back days later to actually attempt to steal it. Broke my window out, climbed through it, got mud all on my seats and floor mats. They couldn't steal it. And so after I got that fixed, they actually came through again. But the way I was moving, it's like, that would have been so stupid. But they absolutely came back again and was gonna try to do it again. But luckily, the way stuff worked out, I had moved out this dang apartment complex. And you know, ever since then, my stuff been secure. Yep, I stayed right over here in this building right here, in which it was ducked off for the longest. Yep, I lived right there at the top for 3 years. Never had an issue. But you know, it is what it is. You just gotta take what comes with these Mopars. If you have a 392, don't be ashamed of it. Embrace it. Like, yeah, it's not a Hellcat, but a Hellcat, you know, you just gonna come with a little more clout just because you had a cat on the side. And I might end up getting one just to say I owned a cat in my life. But with this 392, I'm actually satisfied. Like, deep in my heart, I'm actually satisfied. Only reason I get the cat is because, like, I like speed. So, like, I just want to go a little, you know, speed up quicker and hear that whine. But other than that, I'm totally satisfied with this vehicle. Like, even I could do a cat swap on this car and put a cat engine in here and transmission and really get a donor vehicle and do the whole thing. But I don't know. I might end up getting one. But if I do, it's going to be put up. And I'm going to just pull it out when I want to, you know, roll and do what I got to do. Like, for those of you who don't know, yes, mine is a Daytona 392. It's not a Scat. Yep, y'all see that? It's not a Scat. You know, a lot of people think it's a Scat right now. I thought about putting the Daytona stripe across the back and possibly changing my hood back purple and putting Hemi on it. Yep, so, you know, those are just my thoughts. That's just my opinion. The 392 is still a king. Anything under 500 horsepower, the Scat is the king in my eye. You know, that's just my opinion. And from how I drive, the Scat does what it needs to do. It's gonna get you up out of there and you leaving a lot of stuff. Like, it's gonna do what it had to do. Don't be ashamed at all. I'm proud of my 392 and I embrace it. I will never try to up badge and put cats on the side and all type of stuff. Nah, it is what it is, and I like it. Shoot, even the 2014 SRT8s or SRT 392s, they can go fast just like these cans. It just those only have 5-speed transmissions, which is why these ones are faster with the 8 speeds. But those are still 392s, like the 2012 and 2014 SRT8s. Those are still 6.4 liter 392s. Those are not 6.1 Hemis. So you got to know that. Yeah, don't ever feel like, oh, I got a 392, he got a cat, oh, and you think that you less than. Hell no. Hell no. Like, don't think nothing like that. If you riding in the 392 or better, you are still in that top category, and you know, as far as cars. Don't ever think nothing like that. Like, you tripping. Never. Trust the process. Keep God first. Hustle. Do what you got to do. That cat gonna come. If that's what you want to get, it's gonna come. Yes, there's gonna be more clout with a cat, but me personally, I don't care, because my car can do the same thing a cat can do. It can still slide the same. It can still do the same speeds a Hellcat can do, slightly slower. Like, my boys that got cats, they will call me along to ride, you know, trail them, because they know I can keep up. I just know how to drive, and I know how to make use of my 500 horsepower. And that Scat go to work. It do. It's gonna go to work. Yeah, the cat gonna be a little bit in front of you. It definitely is, as it should be, for what the car it is. But the 392 can keep up close enough for y'all to be, you know, roll around together. So don't even trip. Like, start off small. It's a lot of people that just started with Scats. CJ on 32 has Scats. Corey SSG started off with a RT Daytona, a 5.7 Daytona. He didn't even know nothing about Hellcats and all this and that at first. That's why he took his Daytona back and got a Scat. Drayway, another big YouTuber, started with a Scat and put it on 4Gs. So don't be ashamed. Don't be embarrassed if you can't go cat right away. It's a process. You got to crawl before you can walk. Take pride in that 392. That's a bad car. That 392 is legendary. A car that big, moving that fast, legendary. You still do the same thing a cat can do. You do the same thing. Trust me. I really drive this car. You can do the same thing. Like, it's got, like I told you, Hellcats pull up on me thinking something sweet. I'm gonna use all of this 500 horsepower. You gonna have to go fast. You gonna have to use that supercharger in that cat messing with me. I'm telling you, anybody that I ever had to take to Mexico and pull off on will tell you, yeah, that's just a little 392, but he gonna do what he gotta do. So I just wanted to raise awareness about the 392s and what my daily life is like, what I experience. Like, with my daily life, I have to worry about the same problems a Hellcat go through. With the crazy rap I got, everywhere I go, people are thumbs up, got their windows down, recording my car just like it's a Hellcat, because I got a nice rap on it. People be going crazy. I'm talking about everywhere I go. And really what showed me the caliber of car I had and really made me cherish and appreciate what I'm blessed with to have this 392 right now is when I drive past little babies and little kids and they go crazy. And they tell their parents like, Mama, Daddy, look at this car. And I'm talking about little kids. I'm talking about like 3 and 4 years old. This has happened so many times that I'll go past a little kid and they go absolutely crazy and tell their parents to look and I'm like, wow, this little kid is looking at my car like and amazed. So I'm like, wow, man, I really got something on my hands. So I appreciate and cherish my car, and I value it. And then when I come time, if I go get a cat, I'ma like that too. But it won't be a necessary thing for me to try to do full-on top-end speed runs, because I done already went crazy in the 392. The only difference would be the car. I've already went those speeds, just not in a cat. So that's the only difference. Don't be surprised if I ever do get a cat. But I also think about, you know, it's so flooded with Chargers and Challengers that if you do YouTube, like, for you to really even do stuff that gets views off your vehicle, if you have a Challenger or Charger, you have to do a lot of things that will incriminate yourself, unless you just get lucky and get in the algorithm and your videos just start trending. Like, what's it called? I'm not Knockout 360, but Hemi Muscle. He has a pretty good following, and he doesn't even go crazy, and he ain't even got a Hellcat. He got that 300C right now, but he did have a Scat. And he does well, just because, I don't know, the type of videos he posts, you can feel that he's a good person. He gives you game. Like, he's just different. He don't try to be like everybody else. And he does his own type of content. So that's how he gets his audience. Like, just be yourself, do you, and stuff will come. Like, it was a point in time I almost quit YouTube, you know, but I'm glad I didn't. And I like doing it. I like motivating people. I like touching people all around the world, which my videos do. They go all around the world. So if you want to be a YouTuber, you want to get one of these cars and hop in the YouTube game, you can do it. Just gotta know, like, you have to do different stuff, because it's so watered down in this community with these Mopars. So watch your surroundings, be careful. That's all I got for you today. I'm out.